What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, you guys having a good morning or a good day or a good evening, whatever time this record or whatever time you guys seen this video, right? I want to share something with you guys, quick message, right? So, I was listening to like this Coil Ray song with like featuring Kodak, and at the topic is lonely is what these song is about. And I just want to share with you guys like a quick reminder, understand that as you elevate, not just financially, mostly spiritually, as you elevate in your conscious mind, and you realize that you avoiding the BS and you're avoiding, so a lot of people might have connections with the BS. Like this person might feel like they should disrespect you, or feel the need to say certain things that they know you don't agree with, and then saying you're so elevated in your spiritual mindset and your confidence and everything, you don't entertain it. So when you don't entertain that, that person might have connections with your peoples in a way, whereas like they might be a cousin or a relative, and then they peoples might be, your cousin or whatever, and because they people entertain they BS, you really can't mess with them too much either. You just gotta kinda, and then you find yourself isolating with whether it be you and your wife or you and your household alone, and you don't really connect with the other family because everybody's, if you notice what a family is basically a spider web or a family tree, right? And you will have branches that connect to a root. So when you don't really, mess with this branch too much, we often, get caught up and not mess with the whole root, because sometimes, the whole roots, are tolerating the BS, but you're not really tolerating it. So it just becomes that vibe. But I'm just letting you guys know that, a quick message from me to you that, it's okay to, put that person in the place, and then put, like not to, it's okay to not feel bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to feel bad because you're distance yourself, or not saying you gotta like diss everybody, but you distance yourself from everybody, whereas it's like you just focus on you and your hustle. Because at the end of the day, it's like, when, I don't know if you guys realize this, if you're having a predicament where you're not asking for help anymore, you guys are probably doing a lot better with yourselves, and people's feeling some type of way about that sometimes because they feel like you don't come wrong or whatever, but you're just focusing on yourself. You know what I mean? And I feel like if anybody has any type of feelings towards you focusing yourself, then they wasn't with you from the beginning. They ain't really rocking with you like they say they are. They're just like there for the show, but they ain't really there. If somebody's got an issue with you focusing on yourself, and you're distance yourself, just trying to get yourself together, and they would rather you come around, and they'd rather you, entertain them whole time, and they're on their journey, they ain't worrying about you. So that's important that you guys, think about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's the message I have for you. Don't feel bad if you're focusing on the right things at the right time. Like it's nothing to not communicate just because you're focusing. So that's it. Focus on what you need to focus on in your lifetime. Make sure you're putting your household first. And if you're by yourself, then focus on you. If you're with your wife, your kids, and all that, focus on them. You don't even have to be direct family. Whoever's in your household comes first, because remember, your household is that's the form of everything first and foremost. You live with these people, or you live with yourself, whatever. But whatever's in your house, focus on what's in your house. You know what I'm saying? Anything outside of the house comes after you focus on that first. You know what I'm saying? So don't neglect yourself and your household for people outside, is what I'm saying. Don't tolerate nothing, don't tolerate no BS. And don't feel bad because you gotta distance yourself from a lot of people because they tolerate that BS. Because you're already spiritually awoken. Like if you're starting to watch videos like this and you're starting to put your priorities, saying your morals and principles, you're not really chasing money all the time. You're playing your lifestyle out the way you want it to go, instead of just doing things for the income wise. You know what I'm saying? Because that's essentially selling yourself. So you don't want to sell yourself. You want to do a lifestyle that's gonna bring you incomes, right? Do what you love. That's gonna bring you money and everything. Bring you sources to take care of yourself and your peoples, whatever that's in your household, or whoever you choose to assist with. But at the same time, you also want to, it's also a lifestyle to it. So, ensuring that you got balance, ensuring that you're doing things that's going to enhance your growth, things that are going to make you feel good. And a lot of times you can learn if you open your mind up, make sure that you're moving open minded. You can learn from a lot of videos or things on YouTube that you might come across that at first might not seem sufficient to your life. You could kind of use that, so the trick to life is just utilizing the things that you watch on social media, things like that, to kind of implement into your life, or reminders to stay away from. You know what I'm saying? If you see a lot of things, it's a quote. I don't know exactly the quote or the person, but it's a quote saying that a small man learns from his own mistakes, a wise man learns from others. It could be general, it could be women too. It's basically saying that it's like watching a video of like a carjacking or something going wrong, right? You as a smart person, you can look at a video and be like, yeah, like I wouldn't do that. Why? Because you know the consequences of that. You see what I'm saying? And then also, it's important to remember your morals and principles too. Like certain morals and principles that we have will stop us from doing certain things. Like, for an example, let's say somebody's driving a BMW or something on the road, and you have certain people that have temptations to steal that BMW because they feel like if they take it from them, then they can have it, and now they're got a BMW. But the issue with that is the morals and principles that at the end of the day, it comes down to your morals and principles, because to know that person worked hard for that material that they got. They worked hard, they put the blood, sweat, and tears into that item, and then somebody just comes along and takes it. That same person wouldn't like it if somebody took from them. You know what I mean? They hate it. They would hate that. So my thing is having the morals and principles, and things you just don't do will stop you from doing those things. But that's just a few messages that I want to share before we start the general reading. I want to start you guys off with a little bit of, a little bit of encouragement, as well as just share with you guys. Like, there are things that's stopping you from doing certain things just because your morals and principles. You know what I mean? A lot of I don't know if you guys like. There's so much things that we could discuss, but we're just gonna get hop in this reading. But I just wanted to share that with you guys just to start the video right. You know what I'm saying? Well, this reading is gonna be on the pretty much is in a different language. But I believe it's in Dikra or in Dikra something. But we're not gonna focus too much on that. Basically, it's gonna be signs that's gonna come out of her, and they have like little messages, kind of like oracle. I believe these are oracle cards, and they have like little messages. And we're gonna go see what messages pop up for you guys, and then if I can elaborate on them more, I will. And pretty much this is the ancestral guidance cards. So just give a little wisdom. So it was good that I could kind of I'm able to kind of relate a little wisdom to you guys, because I feel like we're all on social media and we're watching certain videos and stuff, but I feel like in the end, like I always say, like look at something 20 years down the line, and look whatever somebody's doing, and then think of 20 years down the line, can they maintain doing that every day? Like I don't think so. You know what I mean? Depending on what it is. You know what I'm saying? If it's so you gotta just remember that when you decide to do any activity, or you start to implement things into your life, thereby making it a lifestyle. Just think about, like, could you do that every day for 20 years, and then just think about the impact that it will have on your life, right? Will you be incarcerated, or will you be president? You know what I mean? So that's the difference. So yeah, go ahead and just learn from other people's mistakes, learn from other people's things, and sometimes things are put in place for destruction. You know what I mean? This is real. Like, things are put in place for destruction, but before lifestyle was even a thing, this is lifestyle is something you do every single day. That's what the term lifestyle means. Like, lifestyle is something that often makes it what it is. So I just try to stay away from things that could affect my life, and thereby making it that's just my lifestyle. Like, that's my type of lifestyle. I like to do certain things in my life, like working on or reading books or whatever. So I kind of mold a certain lifestyle that I want to engage in, and brings benefits. Everything has its pros and cons to it, though. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't feel like doing certain things, but it it's a matter of if you love doing it, you don't really think about the cons too. That's the funny part too. Like if you enjoy doing something, I if if you enjoy doing something, you don't think about the cons too. Most times you don't. Most cases you don't really be thinking about the cons too. You just think about the prayers, because it's something you enjoy so much that you're willing to accept any cons that come with it. So that's another thing. You enjoy it and you accept praise any cons to it, then like for example, if you guys are studying school or whatever, and you enjoy the progress so much that you gotta stay up late, you gotta stay up at 3 o'clock in the morning to attend this exam. You don't care because you love it that much. Or if you're a trainer, if you're a runner or something, or if whatever you do, and you're so in tune with doing whatever you do, whether it's watching videos, whatever it is, that you don't even care if you're tired, whatever. You don't care about the cons that come with it. That's how you know you truly love something. You don't worry about the effects or the cons, or you know what I'm saying. You just kind of do it as like a ritual, like everyday type of thing. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this reading. Gonna clear the air real quick. Um, we're gonna do a deck of eight. I always do like a deck of eight because I feel like the number eight is kind of like an infinity sign for me. That's just me personally. I always think it's important to, if I'm doing a reading, do something I'm comfortable with because at the end of the day, I'm still getting the energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm still like, first hand with this energy. So I just make sure I do something that I'm comfortable with, and also I encourage you guys as well. Try to get things that you're comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? Try to just get things. I like to have me a candle. I like to have me some sage, as well as an incense, because I just feel like, why not? Okay, let's get it. Let's see what is in store for you guys. Let's see what ancestral messages are. You guys, let's see. We're gonna do a deck of eight. All right, Spirit. What messages do you have for this reading? What messages do you have for us? Alright, so the first one is the sign symbol. I'm going to show you guys the symbol and I'm going to read it off to you. It's a different language. I'm not sure exactly what language it is, but we're going to focus on the English. We're going to focus on the English part. So it says, God never dies, therefore I cannot die. Right? To elaborate on confirmation, you already that. To elaborate on this, right? You guys have an immortal spirit, right? You guys can't die. Like that's why your soul, when your flesh gives up, like your heart or your physical like body gives up, whatever gives in. Your soul leaves the body. That's why it's like it's your soul is if you got a pure soul, is going somewhere. I'm starting to believe that when we die, that's my personal belief. I'm starting to believe when we die, we guys go to the stars, you know what I mean? And each star is a one's human life, and one's good-hearted person, things that gets put in the sky, and then we often look at the sky for assistance. So I feel like that's what it means. That what I'm saying, you can't die. Like they can't kill your spirit, they can't kill your joy, whatever the case is. You know what I mean? They might temporarily put a block on it. Like if you're going through a lot of emotional roller coasters, they might temporarily put a block on it. You might be feeling bad one day, but then you're happy the next day. Therefore, they couldn't kill it. They just kind of put a block on it. You know what I'm saying? It says the symbol of God's omnipresent. Hold on, omnipresence and perpetual existence of the human spirit. So yeah, that could be saying like you got that type of vibe to you, that godly spirit. Not saying that you gotta walk. I'm not trying to say like somebody of God or whatever, or taking the place of the creator, but you got that spirit in you. You got that godly like spirit where you take on challenges. You guys out here. You know what I'm saying? You're giving back. You're joyful. Things like that. But you also learn from mistakes. You also like you got to think of everything that the creator would do. like damn near reincarnating the actions. You know what I'm saying? You might be over her, not tolerating BS. Because number one, I created on tolerate BS. Like, you feel me? They're gonna forgive you, but at the same time, if you get to that stage of just not caring anymore, they'll probably, they banish you from the realms. Like, you go to a certain place that you don't really want to be there. So that's important that you recognize that. Also, you guys are, you're probably forgiving. You know what I'm saying? You're not forgetting. Like, that's another thing. When you forgive somebody, you don't forget what they did to you. You just forgive them and move on with your life. And then they're gonna often be you know what I'm saying, be upset more that you're not paying them no attention and all of that. So also, you guys probably got a high spirit. You guys probably wake up in the morning ready to learn, ready to, conquer the world. And if you're not, I just encourage you guys to just think of something that you love, think of something you're passionate about, and then go ahead and do that. And then let that build. It's gonna be days where you feel like, what I'm saying, you don't really want to do it and all of that, but that's okay because there's days you can reflect on when you do feel better. Like when you do feel better the next day, you can reflect on when you didn't feel better and say, man, I feel a lot better today. I can conquer more today, or and then while you reflecting on them type of times, it kind of pushes you to push through the times in the future. Like, yeah, I remember when I felt this day. So you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, why do you live every day like it's your last? Because you know one day you're gonna die, right? So knowing one day you're gonna die, like damn near like pushes you to fucking every single day. You gotta take every single day like it's not promised, because you're gonna die, right? So you're going to end up each day, you don't know when. So that's why each day you're gonna end up pushing harder, or not even harder, but just putting that work in, because you never know. So that's you're moving in a godly like stance. So if you guys are finding yourself having a spiritual um outlook on things and things like that, and you're having wisdom and you got ill knowledge, they might call you, you got an ill soul. If any of these things resonate with you, where you guys are feeling like you're moving in a godly fashion, you're observing things, you know what I'm saying, all of them type of things, that's key. Like, so that's it's not really too much to think about, but that's what it is, right? Spirit, whatever message you have for us. So the next symbol, this is what the next symbol looks like. And this is saying, sack of cola nuts. I guess like cola nuts is like kind of like a pecan nut, what a pecan and like nuts that they sell in like the packs and stuff. So it says a sack of cola nuts is a symbol of affluence, power, and abundance. The cola nuts played a significant role in the economy of, I guess, Ghana in the past and still contributes today. So cola nuts is like it's kind of like see, also money is a trademark, right? Money is just used to kind of trade for something that you want. Cola nuts was a valuable thing, they said, in Ghana. I think that's Ghana. Ghana. Correct me if I'm wrong. But in this society, the one that is Ghana, and wherever this they're basically saying that cola nuts was a symbol of abundance, right? If you had cola nuts, you was rich, or you was wealthy, or things like that. I want you guys to look at this message as an open minder, right? As to say that if somebody can have nuts or peanuts or anything like that, and they can be abundant in a country, then there's plenty of ways to be abundant, right? There's plenty of ways to be spiritually abundant. There's plenty of ways, like, you don't just have to have materials or money or a source of whatever is in your specific country to feel abundant. There's places in other worlds that have things where you have coconut, you're abundant, you have grapes, you're abundant, you have wisdom, you're abundant. You know what I mean? So there's plenty of ways, and I want you guys to open your minds to look at this as a message to say, whatever it is that you are good at, you can use that to attract abundance, right? Because it's a symbol of affluence, power, and abundance, right? This is a symbol of that. But you can take whatever you do and you can use that to be abundantly. Whatever it is you're good at, whatever it is, if you find yourself always talking good advice, get on YouTube, talk some good advice. If you find yourself being a good salesman, get out there and sell some products. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever you find yourself doing on a personal note, you can create that and make that abundantly for you. You know what I mean? You can always like kind of like attach the program to your personal life, right? So it's important. That's one of the biggest tricks I learned in life. You know, confirmation. You see all these cards, y'all? That's one of the biggest tricks I learned in life. Is to basically like, you know, learn to apply things to your personal life. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm just gonna check. See if no more cards dropped over here. Okay, cool. We're good. We're good. But yeah, I've been relaxed lately doing these readings. Like I used to feel like, you know what I'm saying, I gotta, you know, get it done quickly, but I ain't been trying to rush no readings. I ain't trying to rush that. So I just been calling. You see me, I was just relaxed when the readings dropped. But that's good though. You know, you gotta be relaxed in a situation that, you know, you're not really, you know, this is different for me. Being on camera and all that, but you know, so you gotta be relaxed in whatever you do. Is what I'm trying to say. What the message I'm trying to show right now is just you gotta be relaxed in whatever you do. You can't be tensed up and because you know feel better. You know what I'm saying? Just accepting like you see, love is so much that when the cons hit, you don't get upset, and that's the thing. That's how you know you love something. When things go wrong, you don't. You know what I'm saying? You don't get too upset about it. But yeah, Spirit. What other message do you have for us? Oh, as I was saying, yeah. So that's important when you guys open your minds and seek that things can happen abundantly for different resources. It doesn't just have to be money, or in this case, sack of coconut nuts. It could be, oh, I like to fix things. Okay, I could be a mechanic. I could learn that trait. I could be abundantly in that. It's taking whatever tricks and traits you learn and abundantly making it abundant. You know what I'm saying? Because in certain countries, if you take your money that you make from wherever you're at and you go to certain countries, you are considered a wealthy person. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of having that open mind and realizing that every situation could change depending on you. You know what I mean? For what other messages do you have for us? Okay, so this is the next message for you guys. What is the next symbol? And this is basically the 5 of Tufts of here. So it's a symbol of priestly office, embodiment of lofty duty to a desired goal and loyalty. So it represents a traditional hairstyle of joy that was worn by a priest. Okay, so this is, so 5 Tufts of here, embodiment of lofty duty to desired goal. What I'm picking up from this message, it represents traditional hairstyle. Okay, so look, this is what I'm picking up from this message right here, right? You guys might have something that could represent a few things, right? Maybe the things that you do, like I said, a lifestyle. Maybe the things that you actually get yourself into, like as far as like any sport, it can represent how you feel on the inside, right? Therefore, like this, what they want on the outside represents what they feel on the inside, right? Because they said that a certain hairstyle that they wear represents joy that was worn by a priest. So a hairstyle represents joy. So a lot of times we often do things that we feel on the inside. So I'm encouraging you guys to anything that you feel on the inside, do it on the outside. You know what I mean? If you feel the need to draw, whatever the case is, this is kind of confirming to us that you know what we feel on the inside we often do on the outside. You know what I mean? So anytime that you know you're doing something or you come into contact with people that's reacting to something, they're reacting from what they see on the inside. You know what I mean? They're reacting off the emotion. So it's important that if you're doing something that you don't want to do, people can see it. You know what I mean? If you're working at a place you don't want to work at, or if you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, whatever the case is, people can see it. And if you're not staying true from within, you're not really living. You know what I mean? This is back in times when with the ancestors. So this is an ancestral message. They're kind of confirming to you. Make sure that you're doing things that you truly want to do, and allow your insides to shine. Like allow your insides to depict your outsides. You know what I mean? Make sure you're doing things that are coming from within, coming from your heart, your soul, things like that. You know what I mean? Like I said, keep open minded to these messages. If you guys are feeling some type of way, like when you listen to tarot readers, if you listen to me or whatever, I want you to be open minded. That is the key. Don't like listen to something I say and then take it like one on the head. I'm giving you guys a rundown. The key to life is to be open minded and then to take it in to your own resonation. If you resonate with anything, any word that I say, if you resonate with a certain way and it will assist you into being successful. When I say successful, I'm talking about being satisfied with life. If anything if anything assists you being successful, being satisfied with whatever you want to do in life, then you take it that way. Don't take my words and all of that and then kind of try to be direct and say, oh, I didn't match out for this or that. No, that's not why I'm on YouTube. I'm specifically on here to share with you guys because it's a global platform. I wanna be able to just to give you guys some good advice for the morning or good advice for the night. I want you guys to walk away from my video feeling refreshed, feeling ready to take on the world. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is this: be open minded to what I say. Right? Don't be closed minded. Don't be feeling like everything's gotta resonate with you. That's not the goal. The goal isn't to tell your future. Like that's not the goal of this. The goal for me specifically is to give you guys the rundown on how to take confirmation, how to take any conflict scenarios or anything that you're going through and basically be able to conquer them, right? Be able to deal with them appropriately or things that will best benefit your life, right? So, yeah, that was the thing. Go from within because they often wear the hairstyle that they felt inside, which was joy. So they called this hairstyle joy, or it represented joy. So go from within. If you're not doing things from within, then you're not. Doing things from within will symbol you as royalty, symbol you as an honest person, things like that. Because you're really, you're doing things from what you love and not what you see or not what you feel other people, you know what I'm saying, or other people telling you. You're not doing things that other people are telling you. You're doing things that you love to do. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's good things. Please be good things because you have so much time. And this is why I say it's very important about lifestyle. You have people that do dumb, like do not dumb. I'm sorry because I'm sorry. Like let me keep it fair. Yeah, I don't want to put my opinion on things. You have things that people would do things that they think, oh, this is bad, but I love it. It's bad, but I love it, and then you'll go ahead and see the outcome of it, like jail or something, and they'll be like, "Oh, I don't like that part of it." Nah, man, you like the hill, you gotta like the hill 9 yards. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't like doing something and don't want the effects to it. That's why I say you gotta love the pros and cons to whatever you do. It's important because you have people that do like I say, do what you love, and they go steal cars, and they're like, "I love stealing cars," but then they're in jail. They're like, "Oh, I can't steal cars in jail." I mean, it is what it is. You gotta like your pros and cons to it, right? Versus somebody that's a painter and now they're out there painting for the celebrities or whatever. No, they're still doing what they love because they kept doing it and they advanced. So that's why that's the difference between something that's good and something that's bad. Something that's bad, you're gonna be destructive. You're gonna get destroyed. Somebody's gonna try to take you on. Somebody that's bad, something that's good. Normally, people's gonna try to uplift you, right? You do it long enough, those are the two outcomes of it. Spirit, what other messages do you have for us, Spirit? What other messages do you have? Alright, so this is the your fourth message of this reading, and this is the symbol of war horn. A symbol of vigilance and wariness. The Akabian is a horn used to sound a battle cry. You guys are making coming to mind. You guys are probably making people cry. I'm assuming. Listen, look, this has got the word battle in it. So listen, what I'm gonna say. You guys have listen. You've already set the horn off for battle. It's what I'm picking up on, right? I don't know if people's temper with your energy or whatever the case is, but right now it's your training session. And I always say this: make sure proper preparation prevents poor performance. Make sure you guys are training for battle, right? If you guys are going into battle with your family members or your friends or whatever, ensure that you're training your mindset and your spiritual side to deal with these things, right? If battle is occurring or the war of horn, the horn of war has been, has been pulled, has been spoken. What I mean by that, okay, they said a war horn, or something has been called, a declaration of war has been issued. This is in modern terms, this is what this means. Somebody's hit you up with some BS. That means this person has tension with you. Okay, so now you gotta move military style. Now you gotta make sure you keep doing your, you're keeping watch the way you move, don't be moving reckless. And also, if you're a man, I advise, get up, get on, do some push-ups, just train your body and train your soul, train your spirit to be able to deal with that confrontation if you see that person. You know what I'm saying? Understand things ain't gotta escalate or to be up her. It ain't gotta hit a 10 every time. It could just be you. You know what I'm saying? Chill, no disrespect. I don't take disrespect from a person or whatever. If you're a female, same way. Yo, I don't take disrespect from somebody, whatever. Be ready if something goes down. That's the whole point of a war. You're just defending yourself. You're defending your community, your peoples, whatever. Meaning community, mean anybody that was disrespected is what I'm saying. So if the horn of the war has been issued, then you gotta kind of maneuver accordingly to this, right? Spirit, get ready. Just prep yourself. Poor performance prevents. Sorry, not poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Spirit, what other message we have for us? What other message we have? So yeah, that's important, you guys. Really gotta, really gotta prep yourself. So the next message we got, thanks, Spirit. We got this one, right? It's independence, right? So it says from the expression, if I'm, like I said, this is a different language, so if I'm pronouncing them wrong, please correct me in the comment section. It is FAWOHODIE. It's fatherhood, I think. So it says, oh no, it's actually a full, okay, so we're not gonna be able to say that. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. And it's kind of backwards. So it says from the expression, and I'm not gonna try to pronounce it, but it's meant to say independence comes with hard work. That's pretty much self-explanatory, right? To be independent, you gotta work extremely hard to get that new apartment that you're trying to get, that new car, that doing things on your own. You gotta work hard because when you're in a family house or whatever, and everybody's working on this, everybody's paying bills. Think of it like bills, right? If all your bills come to $1,000 and you only have to make 200, for that month because everybody else is doing the all the other parts, you only gotta work like a few hours. You see what I'm saying? Versus you gotta pay everything. Now you gotta work all the time. You know what I mean? So being independent is hard, but it's very worth it. It's very worth it because you have that structure. Like nobody can. If somebody falls short from rent, you don't have to be like, damn, we're gonna get kicked out all because of you. You actually have all the necessary, like you have everything under control. It's all on you. Is what I'm trying to say. Like it's all on you. So it's all on you. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. It's all on you. It's you're the sole reason why you're still floating, and you're not gonna worry about if something falls short or nothing. It's because it's essentially you. That's your next message. So it says leg of hand. So like I said, they have another phrase here, but I'm just gonna say things in English. The hand treads on her. I think this is translated. That's what I think it is. The hand treads on her cheeks, but she does not kill them. Now, when I heard hand, I think of chicken, right? And I heard the hand treads on her cheeks. I think the hand is like walking. I'm guessing she's laying down. It says, but she does not kill them. Where I think this message is leading to, I believe that what they're saying is just because people They might be now okay, for an example, let's say a chicken. You're laying down and a chicken is, messing with you. Let's say this chicken is a human, right? And they're kicking you in your dawn, right? Or something like that, right? Let's say they're kicking you in your dawn. Let's say you have like a gun or something in your top off, whatever. You could kill them, right? You could kill them, or you could, think of alternatives. Like you could probably try to get up and fight back or something. Because it says they do not kill them. And I'm not saying that in certain situations you can't, you can't defend yourself in crazy ways. But what I'm saying is try to just have composure for yourself. Try to just see if it's worth it at that specific time. Is it really, is it really life threatening? Because if it's think about it like this, if it's somebody that's weak, or maybe you tripped and then you got on the ground, but maybe you know that you can get up and fight this person, then in their situation, make sure that, you know what I mean, you're really looking at it. You're not just looking at it like this is how you feel, and you know what I'm saying, really analyze it, like, yo, can you actually beat this person without taking them out completely? You know what I mean? Because there's also situations after you kill somebody too. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they know that you could have got up, and this could be confirming, like, for messages in the future, like you could have got up and handled this battle. You could have got up and beat this person one on one or whatever. If you know that, in yourself you could have done it, but you just was like refusing to do that, then this is confirming for you guys to realize that, not all the time you gotta react in a way where you feel like, or you feel like you should have took this person out or whatever. Sometimes you can react in a way that's, more appropriate for you. You don't really have to always, I don't know, say kill somebody. You don't always have to even argue back and forth with somebody. You have to do that. You can, say a few words and then walk away. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, just because you have the ability to do something, don't mean you have to do it. This could go in all ways. But that's what the message is. Just because you can don't mean you should. Things like that. You have the ability to do it, don't mean you have to do it. You know what I mean? It don't even have to be violence, it could be anything. It's just because, it could be like, just because relationships. Just because you have the ability to cheat because you go to work and she's at him, don't mean you should. You know what I'm saying? So is what I'm trying to say. Like, have the inner self and make sure your subconscious mind is talking to you in a positive manner, to make sure that you're doing things that are appropriate and not because your emotions are all damaged up, and you know what I'm saying, you're reacting off of how you feel. You're doing things that you actually thinking about, like, yo, you know what I'm saying, it's not even worth doing that, because a lot of times these type of scenarios uplift us and make us stronger when we can consciously think of decision now. And not all the time you're gonna be able to, but if you can, I encourage you guys to do so. If you can, if you do have control over that. Spirit, thank you for that message first and foremost. What other message do you have for us? What other messages do you have for us? Oh look, we got a heart. We got a heart. It's the first time I'm seeing this in this deck. So it says, the heart is a universal symbol representing love in all its forms. It's crazy how this came out after that one, right? It's a universal symbol, the heart, and love. Look, let me tell you something. What they say? Love your haters, and hate your friends, or something like that. Love your enemies and hate your friends, or something like that, right? I don't know if I'm saying the quote right, because I resonate with that, because I'm like, yo, if this came after this is just confirming, like, sometimes you gotta love these scenarios that you go in, even if they're hatred scenarios, even if they're, it's like, you ever been through something that's like, that you didn't really like, and you learn to love it, and then, now looking back on, like, your struggle, everybody's got a struggle story, throughout school, through life, and whatever path you decide. I want to keep it general, I don't want to go into specifics. Whatever thing that you decided to do, everybody's got a struggle story, right? In any kind of way. I don't even care if your struggle story was getting bad, or whatever the case is. Whatever struggle story that you have, most people have a struggle story and then they learn to love it. So what I'm saying is, your heart, or your love, or your compassion for something, you know, through bad times, you realize that those bad times you was able to make it out of them, and you learn to love that person that you learn to love the action. I'm not saying you're gonna love that person that did you wrong, but you learn to love the actions of that person because that friend, you know, like say an example, you're chopping up with your boy or whatever. I'm not trying to. I'm just showing you as an example. You're chopping up with your boy or whatever, and they're like, "Yo, let's go do this. Let's go do this stupid thing or whatever." You're like, "All right, cool. Let's go do that." And then they bail you, and you learn that lesson. So now it's like when you see that guy, or when you see another situation of that person that's trying to get you into something you're not supposed to be doing in the first place, you're gonna reflect on the last friend. You're gonna be like, nah. You're gonna learn to love that bad time. You know what I mean? You're gonna learn to love it, and then it's like it's gonna prepare you, and it's gonna deflect you from any other situation. You're gonna now become a wise individual that's learned from previous mistakes. So yeah, hopefully you guys are resonating with me, man. I really hope. But I know as I do these videos, you know what I'm saying. As I continue to grow, as I continue, this channel continues to progress, which it will, definitely will, because we're sharing enough of my wisdom, we're dropping enough of my knowledge on this channel. Everything that I'm saying, you guys can use this in your everyday life. Like I'm not on here trying to, you know what I'm saying, just BS you guys. This is real life. I want you guys to really walk away with some encouragement, some wisdom, whatever the case is. So what other messages do you have for us? What other messages do you have? Let's see what else you guys got. Pretty good message so far though. We got one more card to go. Let's see. What message? Oh, okay. Okay, look. Here's your last message. So it says pacification nut, a symbol of forgiveness and reconciliation. Reconciliation. So symbol of forgiveness. Now listen. All this, it's crazy how these messages come apart though, because they definitely all flow in a nice way. And forgiveness is a very big thing. Not forgetting, not, you know what I'm saying, acting like it didn't happen. Forgiveness. Because forgiveness is not for you, it's not for them, it's for you. You're not saying, yeah man, I forgive you, I'm giving you a pass. No, that's not what you do. You don't. A lot of times you don't even have to tell them you forgive them. Sometimes you can. Your actions are just like I ain't worried about it. Like yeah, it's not like what I'm saying is. It's not like you're bringing them a gift basket and saying forgive. I forgive you. No, no, no. That's not. They don't get that privilege. Forgiveness is on your side. Remember that. Whenever somebody does you wrong, you're not supposed to say I heard the gift basket of forgiveness. No, 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 no. You forgive them because you want to move on in your life and you don't want to have to deal with that dwelling or have to worry about, oh, what I'm going to say to them next time. No. Forgive them in your personal life and move on. You don't have to tell them you forgive them. You don't even have to. You could just be like, yeah, it's all good. Not it's all good, like it's all, no, we're all cool again. No, we ain't cool again. I'm just not keeping that on my conscience. Whatever happened, happened. I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward for me. Not for us, for me. Not for you, not for us, but for me. I'm moving on for me. So I'm not gonna carry that burden. So I'm not gonna deal with that on a day-to-day basis. And that's a quick reminder to you guys. You know what I mean? I always say a lot of these things, a lot of our intuition speaks on us, but a lot of times it's very helpful. You know what I'm saying? Because like they said, a good person, a smart person learns from their um, a smart person learns from their mistakes. A wise person learns from others. So it's encouraging to have have this platform and have YouTube where we can learn from other people. So if I am somebody that you're learning from, and you're somebody that I might be learning from, because you might post videos on, I might watch your videos, and that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? We learn from each other. It's a collective of information that's going around, and if we can learn these skills to be open-minded, to share information and to receive information, we'll be better off as human beings. You know what I mean? Because often, like I know it's going off a track, but we don't worry about that on this channel. We talk how we talk. It's like you're sitting there. It's like I look at you guys like you're sitting on the couch or whatever, and I'm just chopping it up with you guys. You know what I mean? You guys are my people, so it's like if you're ups or whatever, then you know what I'm saying. You ain't really gonna feel this message anyway. That's important too. While the world can be, sort of cupcakes and rainbows to all people that's probably in your energy, that don't need to be there, that's trying to just turn you on or whatever. So don't even worry about them type of people, right? The whole point of these messages to give them to you guys is to share information is to kind of elevate ourselves, and we ain't trying to have nobody turn us down. But also, like I said, that's how I look at you guys. It's just people's like family, whatever. So I just try to relate messages. We don't like I oh back to what I was saying with the sharing and sharing information. That's like basically somebody inventing a light bulb and somebody inventing a bedroom. The light bulb goes in the bedroom. You know what I mean? By sharing collectively, everything works out for the end. You know what I mean? Everything gets better. Everything improves. Everything's elevated. But yeah, that's the forgiveness card. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for doing what you do. You know what I mean, supporting the channel, supporting the growth. Understand there's gonna be a lot of there's only gonna be straight talk on this channel. If you guys listen through it, you know what I mean. It is what it is. You guys are going to get collective information. You're gonna receive positive messages, positive feedbacks, all of that. I'm gonna throw in a couple things that's gonna be negative within your life as far as like inform you guys about the people, about people that you're not gonna get along with. There's gonna come off as negative, but there's positivity within that because it's gonna prepare you guys for if one of you guys are 14, 15, 16, or whatever the case is, but it's gonna prepare you guys to understand self-awareness, self-protection, get into rituals, get yourself some tarot cards, sit down and meditate. It's all about self-reflection. It's all about prepping yourself, prepping your mornings, prepping your nights. Just kick the light. Prepping your nights and all of that for all these situations that's gonna come up, right? We're gonna stop the video here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As I said, if you want to support this channel, you just thumbs up. It don't take me about 2 seconds. Look, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and everything. But understand, I'm not really doing this for the growth of this channel. What I'm doing this for is self-reflection. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for it's something to give back. You know what I mean? I want to give back. I want to get back, see what else I can, encourage you guys to do, help you guys manifest your dreams and journeys as I have for me. Good, I'm living good, and I want you guys to feel the same way. You know what I mean? I'm spiritually high rank, like I feel like I'm spiritually living good. You know what I'm saying? So that's the key. You know what I'm saying? Because whether I have zero or a lot, it don't matter for me. As long as I'm living, I'm surviving, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Spirits high valued, and that's what we do over here. You know what I mean? We reflect on the bad times. Sometimes we reflect on the bad times to give us that encouragement to remember that everything's gonna be okay. Like everything's gonna see through and all of that. So just remember that. Like I just want you guys to understand that, and if anything, take that little information, and that's all. That's all I ask for. But we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let you guys go ahead. I'm gonna do my thing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next video.